a follow-up out of McCook Lake, South Dakota. Months after the historic flood, residents pushed for a local change of government. Unhappy with the response efforts following the floods, a petition led to a special election, moving from an 8-person city council to a 4-person city commission. Now, back in April, North Sioux City residents voted in that 4-person commission. Only one person from the previous city council was voted into the new commission. During that special election, residents also elected a new mayor. KTV's Katie Koppel introduces us to the new mayor as he discusses the job and recovery efforts as the community continues to rebuild.
I want to take care of the people that were devastated, but at the same time, I wanted the city to continue to grow so that we could afford to pay for all of the damage.
Chris Bogenrief lives along McCook Lake. Though his home was spared, as mayor of North Sioux City, South Dakota, he wants to help his neighbors impacted by the flood 1 year ago.
There's probably about 105 homes that were either completely destroyed or partially damaged. And that's a lot when you're talking about a population of 3,000 people.
He ran for mayor because he wanted to see the city grow. Now elected, it's not just growth, but prevention.
You know, the city's working on a shorter term mitigation plan to at least prevent that kind of devastation again and get it diverted.
That plan he is referring to is the flood plan he says was created in the 1970s for the community.
I think the response was about as good as it could have been based on the plan that was in place. The problem was that plan was written in 1976 and no one took the initiative to update it.
As mayor, Bogenrief says he wants to see a new short-term mitigation plan created and implemented, alongside the longer-term plans from Union County and the Army Corps of Engineers. Right now, he says the city needs to help those impacted last summer.
We're working on a homeowner recovery fund that we hope maybe by the 4th quarter of this year that we can get some assistance to some of those people that lost their homes or got severe damage to their homes.
That recovery, he says, is going to take time, and he noted the community's patience in allowing the new commission to get caught up.
We're still working on some help for them, and I hope they're patient enough to maybe wait through the end of this year before they make big decisions.
Bogenrief says he is dedicated to helping flood victims and the city of North Sioux City, and hopefully prevent a disaster like this in the future.
The first priority is protect the community, help restore it with some funding to help some of these homeowners that were devastated, but that we also want to grow.
In North Sioux City, South Dakota, Katie Koppel, KTIV News 4.
In order to help those flood victims from last summer, the mayor says the city needs to do several things to include growing its tax base. Now, there are several residential and commercial projects in the works for the city of North Sioux. One of the largest projects is called Union Crossing, and the project is located along Sioux Point Road between Dakota Dunes and North Sioux City. Single family and duplex style homes will be built along with commercial property. The mayor says this growth is essential for the community as the new commission wants to do what they can to aid in the recovery efforts.
Likely going to be forced to borrow a lot of money during this reconstruction. Even with the help of federal agencies, there's still local matches that have to be contributed to these projects. So we're going to be borrowing a lot of money, and if we're not growing the community at the same time, it's going to be really hard to pay down that debt.
And the community is set to receive roughly $15 million in federal funding, but the mayor says as of now that money has not yet been allocated. We'll keep you updated.